Hello, welcome back to my channel. One of my all-time favorite videos to watch is 24-hour reading vlogs. I know that it takes people's heart and soul out of them to make these videos. Reading for 24 hours can be very draining. I believe I have not done one of these videos before, but we are going to be doing one today. I will be doing the format of breaking it up into increments. I will not be staying up and reading for 24 hours straight because I think I would actually lose my mind, and sleep is very important to me. So I'm going to start a 24-hour timer on my phone and then probably do it over the next 3 days. I was planning on doing 12 hours today and 12 hours tomorrow, but I'm starting this video a lot later than I thought I would. So I'm still going to start it today. It is 4:34 right now, so I feel like I could probably do like 5, maybe even 6 hours, depending on how tired I am by the end of the night, and then we'll do the remaining tomorrow, and then probably the next day will be like the last day. So this will probably be over the span of like 2.5, 3 days, but I will be reading for 24 hours regardless. I will be pausing it when I go and do stuff around the house or homework or stuff like that, but when I'm reading, the timer will be going. I have a tentative TBR right here in front of me. When I was making my little tentative TBR, I wanted to choose books that weren't going to take like that much brain power in order to read. I have mainly selected like YA, thrillers, and a few adult romances for my TBR. I'm also very much so a mood reader, so if I don't read any of these, don't get mad at me. I'm reading regardless, so I don't think there should be any complaints here. The first one I have, I actually just got in the mail today. It is The Hotel Nantucket by Ellen Hildebrandt. This will be the first Ellen Hildebrandt book I have ever read if I end up reading it in this reading vlog. I got this during Prime Week because it was like $7 on there. Prime Week was amazing this year. It was a lot better than last year, at least that's what I think, but I haven't read anything by her before. Everyone raves about her on Book Talk and BookTube and Bookstagram, all the platforms, so I wanted to give her a try. I think this is one of her most well-known works, along with I think it's like the 5-Star Weekend or whatever, but this one sounded more interesting to me than 5-Star Weekend, at least for the first book that I read by her. So this is the first one that's an option. The second book I have here is Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. This was super popular a long time ago. I haven't seen that many people post about it, but I'm pretty sure it still circulates around every once in a while. Honestly, don't really know much about this. I found it for $3 at Second & Charles, and I haven't read the back of it, but the cover is intriguing to me. I have been kind of wanting to pick it up lately, so I threw it into this pile just because I might want to read it. Next book that I have on this TBR is Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood. I bought this right when it came out, I'm pretty sure the week of, in my little week in my life reading vlog, and I haven't picked it up yet. Don't have a reason why, I've just been interested in reading other books aside from this. Ali Hazelwood books I can usually read really quickly, and this one doesn't seem that long. I think it's like 360 pages. I'm sure it's another one of her STEM romances. I have enjoyed pretty much all of her books. I really love Check and Mate. That's like my all-time favorite by her, and I always want to stay up to date on the books that she publishes, so I need to go ahead and read this one soon too. Next up, I have The Selection by Kira Cass. I am on the fence about reading this one. I said in my last video that I have an idea of filming a video of reading books that got me back into reading, books that I really loved when I was like a young teenager, like 13, 14 years old, and this is one of the series that definitely got me back into reading. I put it on this TBR because not only do I want to read it, I also know that I can fly through it instantly. This will be kind of like on the sidelines in case I'm tired of what I'm reading, and I know I can pick this one up. Second to last, we have Same Time Next Summer by Annabelle Monaghan. I have not read anything by Miss Annabelle. I know that she has been super popular lately with the books that she's been putting out. People rave about Nora Goes Off Script and Summer Romance. I'm pretty sure is her newest one. This one was also a really good deal on Prime Day, so I ended up picking it up. I'm also seeing this one as kind of like a filler one. Everyone says that her books are super fast paced. This one is actually under 300 pages, so this would be a really good refresher like filler kind of book as well if I need something like that. Lastly, on the TBR, we have Local Woman Missing by Mary Kubica. I cannot believe I have not read this yet. This is like up there with the most popular thrillers like circulating the book universe, and everyone absolutely raves by this. My friend found this in a little free library, so it is a little beat up, and she read it and she said that it was amazing, so I know that I need to read this. I heard that this one is one of those that you can just fly through in a sitting or a few sittings, so I thought it'd be a good idea to add this one to the TBR as well. Now I'm going to open my phone and set a timer for 24 hours. Okay, I'm gonna press start and then I'm going to get on that couch and start reading. Let's get to it. Just doing a little check-in right now. I am about an hour and a half into the 24-hour reading challenge. So far it's going great. I am 114 pages into Local Woman Missing. I don't know how I feel about it yet. It's definitely holding my attention, that's for sure. I have no idea like what the plot twist is, what is about to happen, which is a good thing because sometimes I can guess like the plot twist or like what's about to happen in thrillers, but so far I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. If anything, I would say like I'm a little bit confused, but not in like a bad way. I'm just like, I don't know where this is gonna go and I need to know. So yeah, I am enjoying it. I'm happy that I chose a thriller because like how I said, I haven't read thrillers in a while. I only paused it once to go take a shower and get into some more comfy clothes, so I'm just going to lay here, continue reading this, and hopefully I will finish this before like bedtime, I guess, like because I'll probably go into my room and then start one of the new books, or I've been thinking I might look on Kindle Unlimited and see what's on there. I haven't read on my Kindle in a while. I can usually read books like a lot quicker on there, so maybe some of the ones that I have on my TBR will also be on Kindle Unlimited. If not, I'm sure I'll find something on there that I would want to read. It's a little check-in, and I will probably check in with you guys once I've finished Local Woman Missing, but so far it is going good. Guys, oh my god. It's currently 11:11 at night. I have 19 hours, 17 minutes, and 25 seconds left, so that means that I read this book in 4 hours and like 45 minutes, I think. I don't know if that's good or not. I think it is. Wow. I literally just finished it. Like, I was laying here and I shot up and I turned on the camera. I'm going to save like final thoughts until the end of this video and give you final thoughts on all of the books that I read during this time. I just want to say that this one got me. It got me good. My friend that I said that got this book and read it from the little free library, I was texting her throughout it, and I think I did guess the plot twist, or at least somebody pertaining to the plot twist. I don't want to say anything because I don't want to spoil it, but even so, there was like things throughout it that it wasn't just like one plot twist. There was like multiple plot twists that happened, and they definitely got me. I was sitting here, I ate dinner And then I was like, I'm just gonna read for a little bit more, then I'm going to get ready for bed and finish reading the book in bed. That didn't happen. I locked in the last like 70 pages of it and literally was just like reading it so quick. So yeah, I think that that was a great book to start this reading challenge out on. I'm just like shocked right now at what I just read. Like, that was really good. I don't know if I'm going to start anything else. Like how I said, it is almost 11:30, but I probably will hop on my Kindle and like peruse the Kindle Unlimited of like what's offered to either start something tonight or start something in the morning, or I might just read one of the books physically in the morning. I don't know yet, but I will check in with you guys in the morning when we get a good chunk of these 19 hours done with. But I'm feeling accomplished already. 4.5 hours, I think that that's pretty good time. First book down. I have no idea what I'm going to read next, but I will let you guys know in the morning. Good night. There's literally nothing better than coffee. I can't think of one thing that's better than coffee. The taste, the energy that it provides you with. I don't know. I'm losing my mind. I have not checked in with you guys today. I am so incredibly sorry. I had some professional things I needed to do, as in assignments for the classes that I'm in this summer. It is currently 12:45. I have an hour and 14 minutes left of, or I'm sorry, I have 18 hours and 14 minutes left of this challenge. Tuxie is trying to get a toy out right now. I spent the majority of my morning working on homework because unfortunately my life doesn't stop. I'm still in classes, but we're almost done with those. As far as a reading update, I did not in fact look at my Kindle or like Kindle Unlimited last night to see what was on it. I just wanted to go to bed. And so this morning I woke up and immediately started reading Same Time Next Summer by Annabelle Monaghan. I am 72 pages into this. I think I knocked like an hour off of the timer reading this. The rest of my morning I've just been doing homework and stuff, but I've gotten everything that I need to do today out of the way so I can spend the rest of today reading. As far as this book right here, I'm enjoying it. It just seems like a normal romance, like a summer romance. It's the vibes outside. I'm looking outside of my window right now and it's literally on the verge of raining and gloomy, and it has been for the past like 7 days here, which is very depressing and it's not helping my mental health. But reading a summer romance will kind of like put me in the mindset of it is still summer and it's sunny somewhere, and it can be sunny in my head since I'm reading about a girl going to the beach for the summer. I'm really enjoying it. The writing is grabbing my attention. I'm not reading it as quickly as I was reading Local Woman Missing. I think I can just read thrillers at a much faster pace. I'm also battling an allergy attack today. You can probably hear the nasaliness in my voice, so I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna make me something to eat because all I've had is a protein bar today and it is 1 o'clock. I have no idea what I'm gonna read after this. This is only like 290 pages, I think, so I think I'll finish this within like 2.5 to 2 hours. So I think I'm actually gonna hop on my Kindle after that and see what's on there. After I eat, I'm gonna start reading, and then I will check back in with you guys once I'm almost done with this and or done with it. Wondering, I have been sticking to my goal of drinking coffee at my house, not going out and buying it from anywhere. I've been sticking to my goal, and it's honestly really nice to not like wake up, immediately go and get coffee. I just grab it from my fridge and make it. Good morning. I am here to do a pretty big check-in. I kind of abandoned you guys yesterday because after the last clip, I fell into the worst allergy attack I have literally ever had. Like, I've not had one worse than that. I went through almost 2 boxes of tissues, had a raging headache, I was exhausted. I am truly envious of anyone who does not experience seasonal allergies. It's no joke. I'm fighting for my life out here every day. I did continue to read. I didn't read as much as I wanted to. We still have 12 hours left. And we're on to day 3 now. I'm not gonna give up. We're still gonna keep going, and I'm going to finish these 24 hours out. But it has pushed me back a little bit, and I didn't think it was gonna take me this long to get through the timer, but that's okay. On the bright side, I have now read 3 books. I finished Same Time Next Year by Annabelle Monaghan in the afternoon, like late afternoon yesterday. I really enjoyed this, and I was not expecting to love it as much as I did. I'm still gonna save like my rating and everything for the end of the video, but like after I finished it and I started my next book, and then this morning, like I was thinking about it, I was thinking about the characters. I didn't realize how much I loved like small town romances. This one was done really, really well. I keep thinking about the characters and like the love and everything throughout yesterday and throughout this morning. So this one I think has been my favorite that I've read so far in this readathon. Then after I finished that, I picked up my Kindle and went through my Kindle Unlimited to see what was on there, and just impulsively I started reading The Bodyguard by Catherine Center. I've not read anything by her before. Haley Pham absolutely raves about this author. I don't know why I was putting it off for so long, but I did. I started it and then literally flew through the first 50% like within 2 hours, I think, and went to bed, woke up this morning, and then finished it. I really enjoyed this one as well. I like how she writes. It feels lighthearted, but it also has some really good like character development and underlying heavier topics come into play in this book as well. And I think that people talk about how like she's known for that, and she's really good at balancing some like witty, lighthearted banter with some like learning lessons, and the main characters dealing with some pretty heavy stuff. It was like the perfect balance to me. I loved the romance in this as well. It's a closed door romance, and I don't usually read those that often, not on purpose, but I've just found myself not typically gravitating to books like that, and I really enjoyed it this way. I like how it was closed door. It gave a lot more like emotion and meaning to the characters, just to focus more on their emotions towards each other. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one too. So now at this point in the little readathon, I've read 3 books: Local Woman Missing, Same Time Next Year, and The Bodyguard. I have no clue what I'm going to read next. I did not think, and not to like toot my own horn or anything, but I did not think I was this like fast of a reader. We still have 12 hours, 12 minutes, and 49 seconds left on the timer, which is crazy to me that I've read 3 books in 12 hours. That's literally like 4 hours each book. I did not know I read that quick. I know reading The Bodyguard on my Kindle made me read it like a lot quicker than I probably would on a physical copy. So that definitely like makes sense why I guess I've read 3 books in 12 hours, but I'm just like, wow, I'm kind of like a speedy reader. With that being said, I don't know what I'm gonna read next. I'm going to eat, and then shortly after that I have to take Tux to the vet for his yearly checkup. And then I don't have anything planned for the rest of the day. It's just gonna be reading and knocking some hours off of the timer. I don't think I'm gonna be able to read all 12 hours today, but I'm hoping to knock it down to like 4, hopefully even 3 hours left. So I finish that like the last 3 or 4 hours tomorrow, and then we can like have a consensus and like talk about all the books I read and everything like that. I do want to figure out what I'm going to read next before I go to the vet with Tux, so I can bring my book with me. I kind of want to choose something off my Kindle. I think I'm gonna go and look, because books just really aren't like seeming that like interesting to me to read right now. Maybe Ellen Hildebrand's book. I wonder if she's on Kindle Unlimited. If she is, I might read this, but I will get back to you guys with our next read and take some more hours off of this timer. I'm just feeling so accomplished right now. Like, this is crazy. I'll get back to you guys once I figure out which book I'm going to read next. I'm 57% into Big Swiss. I have 6 hours and 20 minutes left on the clock. It says that I'm going to finish this in like 2.5 hours, so I have no idea what I'm going to read after this, but this is taking me a lot longer to get through, I think, because it's a literary fiction instead of like a fast-paced romance or thriller like how I've been reading. I don't know what the hell I'm reading right now. It's very odd and eccentric, and I don't have words, but I'm absolutely loving it regardless. I love books that make you question what you're reading, but like you're not confused as to like what's going on. You're just like very intrigued. You're like, what is going on? But I'm gonna keep reading and I'm gonna finish this like right now so I can figure it out. And that's how I feel right now. I'm locked in, guys. I'm locked in right here on Miss Big Swiss. The allergies are kicking my butt still today. You can probably hear the nasal in my voice. I have a box of tissues right next to me, and we're gonna finish this book. The goal is to finish this and then start something, whatever that may be, and hopefully get down to 3 hours, so I only have 3 hours to read tomorrow. I might finish a book in those like 4 hours. We'll see. It depends on what I choose. This is what my current state of being is. I'm indulging in some hot chocolate right now. It is raining. It's been raining here for the past like week, and I absolutely hate it, but it's nice like at nighttime, like once the sun's gone down. It feels very like cozy in here. Probably gonna eat some chocolate very soon, and yeah, this is where I will be for the rest of the night. I'll let y'all know how Big Swiss is once I'm done with it. Completed the 24-hour readathon. I cannot believe I read for 24 hours this week. It is now Thursday. I started this on Monday, and it definitely took me a lot longer to get through the 24 hours than I thought it would take, but considering that I did have stuff to do, like assignments and errands and stuff, I wasn't able to just sit and read for 24 hours consecutively, or like 12 and 12, kind of like how I thought it would be. And I don't know why, but 24 hours did not seem that long to me until I actually started this. But regardless, I completed it, and I ended up reading 4.5 books during the 24 hours. Now, before we get into my thoughts on the books, I wanted to go through kind of like a stats of the amount of pages that I read each day. So the first book that I started off with on Monday was Local Woman Missing This one was 356 pages. I read all of those on Monday and I ended up giving this 4 stars. Then on Tuesday, as soon as I woke up, I started reading Same Time Next Summer. This was 320 pages and I read all of this and I ended up giving it 5 stars. This was my favorite book that I read in this vlog and I think one of my favorites that I've read so far this year. After I finished Same Time Next Summer, I picked up my Kindle and The Bodyguard by Catherine Center was on Kindle Unlimited, so I started reading this. I flew through the first 250 pages of it on Tuesday, and then I finished this in the morning and read the last 53 pages. I ended up giving this 4 to 4.25 stars. I'm not 100% sure on the exact rating, but something like that. Then on Wednesday, I downloaded Big Swiss onto my Kindle and I read 216 pages of this on Wednesday, and then this morning I read the last 120 pages of it, and I'm stuck between 3 to 3.5 stars on this one. That left me with about an hour left in this challenge, and so I picked up The Maidens and I read the first 76 pages of this, and I will be finishing this and I'll let y'all know my thoughts in my July wrap up. So the total of pages that I read in the 24 hours is 1,391 pages, and that makes like 4 1/4 books that I read, and I'm honestly really shocked by that. I never considered, I don't know if this makes me a fast reader, but in my head, to read 4 1/3 books in 24 hours, and that's like what? It's like 6 hours each book, but I know that I hit a little bit of a plateau yesterday when I started reading Big Swiss. This is a literary fiction and it is very bizarre and ridiculous at some points, and like how I said in one of like the check-in parts that I did with you guys, I did not know what the heck I was reading, but I was enjoying it regardless, and this one just took like more brain power for me to get through. Even though I was reading it on my Kindle and I usually read a lot quicker on my Kindle, I think I kind of hit a plateau and was a little bit starting to become brain dead for reading so much like 3 days before that this just took me a while to get through. So I feel like I averaged like 4.5 hours for the majority of these books. This one just kind of like set me back a little bit, and that one took me probably like 6 hours to read. I am very happy that I did the timer method instead of staying up for 24 hours or doing 12 and 12. I think that would have stressed me out a lot, and I'm glad I gave myself some like leeway to like, hey, let's get up and go to the gym, or let's go run some errands, instead of sit on the couch for 2 or 3 days straight. I think that would have drove me insane. Also, I am so happy that books that I did read, I enjoyed all of them. Like how I said, I gave this 4 stars. I'm still gonna sit on a solid 4 stars with this one. It was a very good thriller. I can definitely see what all the hype is about when it comes to this book and why this is a thriller that gets everyone back into reading or gets people into reading thrillers. Everyone has been raving about Annabelle Monaghan's books and her writing, and I can 100% attest to that. Her writing is so good and so like heartfelt, and I still, like 2 or 3 days later after reading this, have been thinking about these characters and their love story and just how sweet. And have Nora Goes Off Script, I think that's what it's called, coming in the mail, and I might be able to read that in July as well if I finish The Maidens here quickly. But this was definitely a 5 star. I think this is my first 5 star since If We Were Villains, and that was in May, so it's been a little bit since I found a book that I absolutely fell in love with, but I love this book and I'm so excited to read more by this author. The Bodyguard was one I did not expect I was going to pick up anytime soon, or especially like in this reading vlog. As I was scrolling through the Kindle Unlimited section, this just caught my eye. I knew I had a copy of it too. I didn't want to read books on my Kindle that I didn't already have copies of because I'm actively trying to downsize my TBR, and I didn't know what to expect with this. I've heard some mixed reviews about it, but I know there's a lot of people out there that love Catherine Center, and I ended up liking it a lot. It was very easy to read. It was silly, and it had a bunch of like lighthearted elements in it, but also faced some heavy topics that I think were talked about in a really well manner and were approached in a good way, and it was nice to see the characters come out on the other end in a better person. The character development was really good, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's definitely made me want to pick up more books from her. I want to read Part of Your World. I know that that one is really raved about, and then I also got rom-commers in the mail very recently, and I've heard really wonderful things about that one too from people, so I guess I'm a Catherine Center fan now. Swiss was definitely an interesting one. I don't think I talked about what this is about. It is about a 40-year-old woman who is a transcriber for a therapist, and she becomes very fascinated and a little bit obsessed with one of the patients that the therapist she is transcribing for is seeing, and she one day bumps into her at the dog park, but she can't let her know that she's been listening to her therapy sessions because of like a non-disclosure agreement and everything, so she lies about her name, her age, the general things, and like her job and stuff that she is. Transcriber and the client end up becoming best friends and also end up having an affair, so it gets a little crazy, and the writing was just, I don't even know how to describe it. It was just very eccentric, it was very quirky, it was all over the place. There's things that are just like don't make sense that would, I think, happen in our real world that happened in here. I didn't hate it. I did enjoy it. I think it's a solid like 3.5 stars. I think it's a book I'm gonna think about quite often. I think it might honestly have been higher if I hadn't read this at the end of this readathon, because I was kind of like brain fried at that point. It was very strange, it was very weird, and I honestly love that in books sometimes, so I'm glad I read it. And then the last book I picked up was The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. I really don't have that much to say about this because I'm only 70 pages in, but so far I am enjoying it. It is giving kind of like dark academia mystery kind of a thing. I can clearly see the correlation between the writing in this and The Fury, which I read a while ago by him that I absolutely loved. It's one of my favorite thrillers of all times, so I'm happy to read his writing again, and I cannot wait to finish this. So that is the end of this 24-hour reading challenge. Like how I said from the beginning, I've been wanting to do one of these videos for a while. I'm glad I did it. I cannot promise you I'll ever do it again. You know what? I'm not going to say that. I probably will. I probably will do it again. It was a lot of fun. I read a lot of good books, and I'm happy about that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment, whatever you please, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.